today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Congratulations on such an incredible film. What drew you to this project?
What drew me to this project was the chance to make a murder mystery, but that wasn't quite like any murder mystery we've seen before. So that it's a murder mystery, but it's also a film that's about murder mysteries. The murder mystery genre is almost a character in the film, and underneath it all, it's a character comedy. And so there's this brilliant comic duo at the heart of it, played by Sam Rockwell and Saoirse Ronan. So yeah, it had a lot of appeal.
Amazing. There's a lot of fun playing with the world of the theatre and Hollywood, and also the world of detective. How fun was it to blend that together?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun in both the writing, the shooting and the edit. And you're right, it's also about different tastes, I think. You know, the sort of Hollywood taste for making films, or at least the sort of stereotypical Hollywood approach to making a film in the period that we're talking about, the 40s and 50s, versus maybe the slightly more constrained British sensibilities or European sensibilities of filmmaking. And that's really summed up by Adrien Brody's character, who's this American director come over to London to adapt what he thinks is quite a boring play, and he wants to put his own spin on the film. So yeah, it's about, it's fun to play with that cultural difference between, American Hollywood films and European films. And Adrien in that part had a lot of fun, and, every time he stepped on camera, it was just a total joy. So yeah, very exciting.
And you've got an amazing blend of American actors, UK actors, just how is it getting that cast together? Because it's so incredible.
Yeah, the cast is just intimidating, to be honest. Still, lots of them are here tonight, and it's still a little overwhelming for me. Saoirse and Sam were two of the people we went to very early on in the process, and they both loved the script, most importantly, and wanted to do it, and it felt very easy. And then, it was really a gift to have these maybe 15, 16 brilliant characters that we had to cast, and it means that you've got this mix of people like Saoirse and Sam, and Ruth Wilson, and David Oyelowo, and Adrien Brody, of course, alongside some of my British comedy heroes like Reece Shearsmith, Sian Clifford, who's floating around in the background, and people like Charlie Cooper and Paul Chahidi from this country. So yeah, very, very special, and hopefully they all come together and feel like they're of the same world, which I'm really happy about.
Amazing. And I heard that you had a lot of fun playing in the 1950s.
Yeah.
How was that, bringing that time period to life?
Yeah, it was brilliant doing a film in the 1950s. I suppose I really didn't want to make another version of early 1950s London that's a sort of sepia-tinted, down at heel, post-war kind of feel to it, because we've just seen a lot of films like that. And so the chance to enter this sort of vibrant world of the West End theatre scene and have these two monochrome detectives enter that vibrant, colourful world where they're completely out their depth felt like a real gift in terms of the storytelling, and a chance to show off London in a way we haven't seen before, I hope.
Amazing. And it must have felt very prescient, because 1950s, people are just coming out of the war and still recovering from that, and we're still recovering from COVID and all that's happened in the past few years.
I think there are some strange parallels to that time of early 1950s. So I don't think you can compare what we've been through with the pandemic quite to one of the world wars, but it's there are some similarities for sure in terms of the stress and strain that everyone's been under, and I think that for us, hopefully this is a really fun film to see back in the cinema with a big bunch of people, and a chance to get back to some of the things we've been missing.
Amazing. And from some serious questions to a really silly one, and the last question for you. The film is called See How They Run. Yeah. How do you run?
I run a 5K in around about 25 minutes, so just shade under 5 minutes a kilometre. Not quick, but solid.
Amazing work. I can't run for toffee, so that's great. Well, congratulations again, and thank you for talking to us today. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey